There are some awesome things you can do with free add-ons in OBS. One of the coolest is the ability to modify your voice. You can be in an echo-filled room.
You can totally change the pitch of your voice.
Or you can even sound like a robot.
Let me show you how. Hello my YouTube friends! Today I want to show you how to use simple free plugins to change your voice right in OBS for your live streams. It's pretty easy, so you know what? Let's get to it! This is the first one we're going to check out. It's the Gorillion 2. This does some really awesome robot type voices. We're going to get the free edition. All you have to do is click here to download it. You can see it's downloading right there. And once it's finished downloading, we'll go over here and we can just double click here to open it up. Probably the best thing to do is right click and extract. And there we go. In here you're going to see there are Linux, Mac OS, and Windows folders for the install. Each one of them are going to have your install folders and that sort of stuff. And I'm going to go into Windows and we're going to go ahead and run this. And we have a license agreement. You can agree to the license. And we are looking for, you can really install all of them. It doesn't really matter. Click next. And there it tells you where it's going to put it. So it's going to create this VST plugins folder right here. And if we look over here, you can see this is one of the VST folders that Windows will search for in OBS. And here are the Mac folders that it will search for VST files. And here are Linux folders that will search for VST files. So as long as you place your VSTs in one of these folders, they will work, assuming that they're compatible with OBS. So if you don't have these folders, you can go ahead and create them and then just move the DLL file extensions in there if the VST doesn't have some sort of install. This one does. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to click next. And we're going to go ahead and install this. It also installs it in the 86 VST folder as well. And we're done. So we're all set to try this one out. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is put on your headphones so that you can actually hear these voices. We're going to go into settings and we just want to make sure that our audio is set up to go to our headphones. So you want to have your monitoring device go to headphones. Then we're going to go into our monitoring device. We're going to click the little gear, go to advanced audio properties. Then we're going to set our video capture device, whichever one is our microphone. We want to set it to monitor and output so we can hear it. And you will hear it on a delay and it's really annoying. So just keep that in mind. You probably won't want to always monitor this, but when you're setting up your voices, you do. All right. So now all we have to do is click our audio device and we'll go to filters. And we're going to go to our audio video filters. We're going to go to our VST plugin. There we go. Drop this down. And this is the one, Gorillion 2. And we can open it. And there we go. So now we have our plugin. Okay, so this plugin probably looks pretty confusing, but it's relatively simple. This dial right here adjusts your pitch, and the dry mix basically adjusts how much of your voice is in there and how much of the robot voice is in there. You can kind of adjust the robot a little bit right here, and then you've got your preserve formats right here. So let me just kind of show you how this works. If I adjust my pitch lower,
We get a lower robot voice. Now you can hear all robot there. And if I adjust this right here, you're going to hear more of my voice in there with a little bit of a robot flair.
if we go all the way, it's pretty much mostly my voice.
So that pretty much affects how much robot voice you're going to get. And you can adjust the preserve formats to get a little bit more distortion. Now inertia is how fast it takes over, so you can adjust that up or down. And then right here with the amounts,
you can adjust the gain. And if you adjust the gain all the way down, you can hear that is the gain on the effect. So we get all the way to my voice if we adjust it all the way down.
we get the robot if we adjust it all the way up. And then we can adjust this lead voice as well to kind of boost the signal a little bit. And we can adjust our low cut right there, which really thins out the sound. Or we can add more low cut by going there. And of course you go to flip over to this side,
and you get a higher robot voice. Now, obviously,
The more you adjust this,
the more difficult it is to understand the voice, and the more unnatural it is. But you can get all kinds
of really cool robot voices with this. So that is the Grillion 2. Now once you set up your voice the way you want it, you're going to be able to control it with this little eyeball here on the plugins. So let's just set this up.
There we go. I like that.
You can turn it off with the eyeball. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and rename this. And now we'll be able to control it with hotkeys and that sort of stuff, which I'm going to show you how to do later. That's cool. Let's change out the room sounds with some echoes for this next one. Next, we're going to take a look at this M Audio plugins. There is a Windows and a Mac version. You just select which one you want to download. You click download, and once it is downloaded on your computer, it's really simple to install. You just double click M Audio plugins. You want to next, agree. Next. We don't need the M Sound Factory instruments. And the one I'm looking to download here is the M Charm Reverb, so you can highlight that. All of these other ones down here are free. You are welcome to try them out. They are all compatible with OBS. For this one, we're going to try the M Charm Verb and just click next. It tells you what directories it's going to install it in. Obviously, the VST plugin directory is perfect. That's the one that OBS looks in. So we just have to click next and install. And there we go. Our M Audio is on there. Let's check it out. All right. So now we want to add a second one. Same place with the filters. We'll click the plus. Go to VST plugins. Click OK. Drop this down, and the M Charm Verb is what we're looking for. We just open the plugin interface. You can hear it already working. And this plugin is going to do a lot of reverb and echo and that sort of sounds. Now you can adjust the globals to get anything you want, but they have so many presets. So just click here. And you can see we're on Grammy Canyon. And there's all these roots. So we can go to ethereal. And let's see, what do we want? Let's try tiresome credit. There you go. Well groomed. Oh, shiny meat. You gotta try that. Each one of these is gonna have a different sound. Let's go to the vocals. And we're gonna go to Heartbreaking Pet. Some of these are super dry. Some of them are gonna be really clean. And some of them are gonna be super wet. Wow, that's really direct and interesting. So let's just go into crazy and select one of these. Awful Loaf. What's that? Not very interesting. Superficial Kitty. Ooh. Kaleidoscope Screw. What do we got on that? Elliptical Fang. Let's go to Grammy Canyon, where we started. Gives us that big room effect. And let's say that's what we wanted to go with. That works. You can still turn it off right here. And what we're going to do is rename this. And we're just going to call this one Echo. There we go. And that is the M Charm. There is so much that you could do with that. So you're definitely going to want to play around with that to try all of the different effects. You don't have to use the presets. You can literally make whatever type of room sound that you want. Likes and comments are super easy things that you can do to help push this video to a wider audience. So take a second down below and let me know how I'm doing. And while you're there, if you're not subscribed, please do. It really does help me continue to make content that helps you. So thanks. The last one's gonna help us change out the voice pitch so we can sound like a demon or a little girl. The last one we're going to check out is the G form. Now this particular one is going to allow you to adjust your pitch and all that kind of stuff, so you can make a man voice sound like a woman voice, or a girl voice sound like a boy voice. Whatever you want to do. I particularly like this one. We're going to go ahead and use this one right here and download it. And it is a zip file, so it's pretty easy. We're going to go over here into our downloads folder, and we're going to right click, and we're going to go ahead and extract this. And we'll go in here. And it's just this DLL. There's a little license file here, but it doesn't tell you much. We're going to right click on this. We're going to go to copy, and we're just going to paste it into one of those folders that are listed right here. These are the folders that OBS will look for the plugins in. And if you don't have one of these folders, go ahead and create it. It's really pretty simple. If you've already done the installs in the other ones, then the folders are already created for you. We're going to go in here. We're going to go into program files. We're going to find our VST plugins folder, right click, paste, and there we go. Our Gform DLL is there. So now what we're going to be able to do is we're going to go and we're going to close the verb plugin there. So that's closed out. We're going to click the plus. We're going to add a VST plugin, and we're going to drop this down, and we're going to select our Gform plugin. We can open our plugin interface. This one is super simple. You've got pitch and format, and obviously we can go over here, tweak it so you can set your frequencies. So we can go with the lowest frequency and the highest frequency, and you can set your noise gate, and there's some info here. But really, all there is to this is adjusting your pitch to the way you want it.
And then you can adjust the format. And that will give you less of your real voice. So the farther you go,
The farther you go up or down, the more unnatural the voice will be.
And we'll go down a little lower. There we go. Yeah. We can get some serious low voice.
you can adjust the format to make it a little squeakier.
We can slow those waves down a little bit. There we go. So it's really easy. So I'm gonna adjust the pitch up a little bit.
We're going to adjust the format.
A little bit. And we want it to be as natural as possible. We're just trying to do a girl voice with a little bit of a pitch raise. And a little more format. We don't want like the alien voice. We want it to sound as natural as possible. There we go. Yep. I think that raises the voice enough that if we do something with our voice, that'll work. And it's that simple. We just close the plugin interface.
So now we have 3 different voices that we can use in our live stream. Now, if you don't want to hear the voices in your head after you set them up, it's really simple. You just go back in here, you go into advanced audio properties, and you just make sure that you change it from monitor and output to monitor off. That means it will still go out when it's activated, but you won't have to listen to it repeating in your head. And then if you think it's not working right, you can go in here and switch it up while you're broadcasting, and you'll be able to hear the voice. Let's go ahead and I'll show you how to set these up in the hotkey. Now we want to add hotkeys to our filters, and they're not actually included directly in OBS, so we have to add a little script here that lets us do that. And of course, this page is going to be in the description, so you can check it out. We're just going to go to downloads here, and we're going to go ahead and get this right from here. And once this is downloaded, what we can do is right click, and we're going to extract all, and our filter is going to be right in here. Super simple filters. These install a little bit different. Now we're going to be using the audio, but you can use both. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to grab this folder, and I'm going to copy it into a directory that's in my OBS. Now yours is probably in C program files, OBS-studio. Mine is actually down here, but the OBS-studio is what we're looking for. And obviously you can see it has a bunch of different stuff, but what I'm going to do is just right click and paste it here. That way I know where it is. I don't have any problems finding it, and it makes it pretty simple for me to find it when I want to install it. So what we're going to do is go ahead in here, and our filters are located up here. So we're going to go to edit. It will be under tools, scripts. We're going to add a script, and so now all we have to do is go to our OBS studio where we just put it. We're going to go to OBS filter hotkeys, and we're just going to take this audio allow and open it, and there we go. So now you can see that this allows us to enable, toggle, or hold. So 0 means disable, 1 means enable, 2 means toggle, 3 means hold. You'll understand what I mean in a second. Next we go back into the filters for that source, click the plus, and we add our filter hotkeys. There we go, and click OK. So now we're going to have hotkeys for all these filters. So So we can close that out and we can open up our settings and go to our hotkeys. And here we go. So we know that 0 is going to activate it, 1 is going to deactivate it, 2 is going to toggle it, and if we hold 3, it's going to hold it on until we release it. So I think for these, the toggle makes the most sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and use the number 2 to toggle these, and we're going to go with 9 for our girl voice, and we'll go with 8 for our echo, and we'll go with 7 for our robot. We just have to put these in the right spots here. I don't think we did that. Number 2. Here it is. Here's our robot number 2. 7. We can apply and click OK. And now let's make sure everything works. So if I go 9,
there we go. We got our girl voice. And we
click it again, turns it off because we use the toggle. 8 gives us our echo. Very nice. Click 8 again, turns it off. And we'll go with
7 gives us our robot voice. Very nice. Super simple.
And that's how you can easily use free VST plugins to create awesome voice effects for your live stream. Now you want to be sure you test these voices to be sure they aren't using too much CPU on your computer. They will also likely introduce a bit of delay in your audio, so be aware of that, but all voice changers do that. They can also introduce some unwanted OBS reboots if you have them set up improperly. So I can't stress enough to make sure you test your voices thoroughly before you decide to stream with them. If, however, you want some awesome voices without any of the hassle of setting them up yourself, I highly recommend VoiceMod. It's an awesome option. It's totally stable and it has hundreds of voices that are already set up for you to choose from. Now you can find out more about it in the link in the description below or by checking out this video right here. Big thanks to the sponsors that support this channel. You can find their links down below in the description under the heading sponsors. I couldn't possibly do this without them or you, so thanks. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks to help make you a better live streamer or YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Fire Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.